Hi, this is Parul Banka here, storytelling coach, keynote speaker, and a cancer thriver. 2 days ago, on Monday, the 17th September, was my cancer anniversary. I was diagnosed with the most aggressive kind of breast cancer exactly 6 years ago. Since then, lots of things have changed. I have changed. There are lots of things that I have unlearned. There are lots of things that I'm learning and I continue to learn. I see somebody has joined me. Hi, Vandana. Glad to have you here. Thank you for joining. So I was speaking about there are lots of things that I have unlearned during these 6 years. There are lots of things that I continue to learn. And today in this video, I want to share with you the top 3 things that I have learned as a cancer thriver. Now, before you think that this video is probably applicable only for cancer patients, carers, thrivers, let me share with you that's not the objective. Hi, Jacqueline. Hi, Sam. Oh, I'm well, Jacqueline. Glad to have you here. Hi, Vandana. This live video is not intended only for people who have been touched by cancer, nor is my objective to make it a woo-woo or a philosophical kind of video. No, the idea is to glean the learning based on a difficult life experience that I went through and translate it into 3 learning and action items that everybody can benefit from. So let's get started. Learning number 1, choosing love over ego. Ooh, that sounds a bit heavy or philosophical, doesn't it? Well, it isn't. Let me share a couple of examples to make it simple. Let's say we are talking about setting up a business. I decided to pick up this example because I used to work as an employee in my pre-cancer life, and even for some time after I was diagnosed with cancer, and then later I decided to change my career tracks and set up my own business. If not now, then when? So that is the reason why I'm choosing the example of setting up a business. So choosing love over ego, how is this applicable? When I work on setting up my business or scaling my business, because I already have a business, am I coming from a place of love? Or am I coming from a place of ego? Am I doing it because I'm passionate about helping people, making lives better through the coaching work I do, through the speaking work I do, through the writing work I do? Is that why I'm doing it? Or because I've got to prove something to someone else or to myself? When I come from a place of joy and happiness and passion, the energy and the mindset that I bring to the whole work is positive. It drives me forward. It nurtures me. It nourishes me. But when I come from a place of, I've got to prove this to someone else, I've got to prove this to myself, from a place of ego, it makes me worried. It constricts me. It doesn't make me feel good about doing what I'm doing. And therefore, choosing love over ego is so important. Let me share another example with you. I'll take another example from our relationships, and these can be intimate relationships. These can be our relationships within the family or in our larger circles. When I am connecting with another person, can I choose love over ego? When I'm connecting with another person, no matter who they are, how I know them, can I choose love over ego? Can I be a little compassionate towards the other person if they have done something wrong to me? If I have been wronged, instead of being uptight and saying, oh, I'm going to put them in their place, can I choose to be compassionate to them? Can I choose love over ego? If somebody has wronged me such that I have decided to possibly not have them as part of my life, well, whether or not you agree with what they have done to you or how you feel, can I again choose love over ego and possibly forgive them? Now, lots of people think that forgiveness is an act of love that we do to others. No, forgiveness is the biggest act of love that you can do for yourself. So if somebody has wronged you, if somebody has harmed you, can you choose love, in this case, for yourself over ego? I'm going to put them back in the place where they deserve. I'm sure you know such people as well. Oh, some more people have joined. Hi, Manish. Nice to have you here. I'm sure most of you know people like these, and so do I. I know people who have been angry with other people for years, decades. I think the highest number that I know of is running into about 65 years. This person has been angry with some other people in their life for about 65 years. Now, that's a very long time. Imagine how much heartache, how much suffering, how much pain they would have gone through because they decided to consciously or subconsciously choose ego over an act of love. If they could just let go of this, I have been wronged, I am angry with this person, I am resenting what they did to me, and instead, if they could just choose love for themselves and forgive these people and move on, how amazingly they would have led their life instead. So, learning number 1, choose love over ego. Learning number 2, choose love over fear. It is very interesting how love keeps coming up in all the themes in my life now. So what is love over fear? I'll again go back to the work example because most of us spend a large part of the time that we spend awake at work. So if, let's say, you are making a decision, you are at the verge of taking a decision that looks difficult, it's intimidating. In that moment, can you again make your decision based on love instead of fear? An example. As a small business owner, let's say I want to invest some money in marketing my business. Let's say the budget that I have decided to reach where I want to reach is £10,000. That's just a number I'm giving you. Now, £10,000 is a lot of money for me as a small business owner. Now, when I am at the verge of making this decision to do or not to do, should I be afraid and uptight all the time? Oh my God, what if I fail? If instead of that, I come from a space of joy and love. I love building my business. I love scaling my business. There are so many people I can help more if I'm able to scale my business, which is exactly what I want to do. The energy and the motivation that I will bring will be so positive. It is going to push me forward. It's going to nurture me, as I said before, instead of pulling me down. It's going to build me up instead of pulling me down. And when I say we should choose love over ego or choose love over fear, I'm not really talking about being in denial. I'm not saying that we become the Pollyanna who doesn't take into consideration the risks and things that can go wrong. No, I'm just talking about tweaking our mindset and bringing in nurturing energy. Now I come to the final learning, which is the learning number 3. Get your priorities right. It is amazing to see how so many people never consider what is really important to them, what gives them happiness, what gives them joy, what gives them meaning. So many people just lead almost all their lives on an autopilot. One yardstick that really helps me understand whether something is important to me or not is whether it makes me happy, because happiness is really high on my priority list. If I'm working as an employee and I'm miserable all the time, what's the point? If I am a business owner and I'm miserable doing that business, delivering work to my clients, what's the point? So does doing what I'm doing make me happy? That's an important yardstick. The second yardstick that I use is, does taking this decision or doing this act help me? Is it in my good? Is it for my good? And when I say that, it's not just my good that I'm talking about. It shouldn't harm anyone else. So if I'm deciding whether I should go out to exercise or not, should I skip my gym class? Is that a decision which is good for me or not? If I'm unwell, if the weather is really bad, if let's say I will catch a cold if I go out, I know that, then probably staying indoors is the right decision. But on a day-to-day basis, going out and getting that exercise is exactly what will be good for me. 3 weeks ago, I was on a holiday. I went to the US to see my family, and I made a trip to Vegas. At Vegas, I walked into a very interesting exhibition. The exhibition was about the human bodies. It was called The Bodies. Apart from displaying and explaining how our human bodies work, they also had lots of snippets, lots of motivational quotes from successful people. And there was a particular quote from Usain Bolt, the world's fastest man, that caught my attention. I've got it here. I'll read it out for you. In fact, I saw that quote on the wall at the Bodies exhibition, and I thought I could use that in one of my live videos. So here is what Usain Bolt says. Dreams are free, goals have a cost. While you can daydream for free, goals don't come without a price. Time, effort, sacrifice, and sweat. How will you pay for your goals? Now, why am I talking about this? Once we understand what is really important to us, we transform that what into goals. And some of these goals can be easy to achieve quickly. It may be possible to achieve them quickly. Some may take a bit longer. Some may take the entire lifetime. Doesn't matter. But a goal is a goal. And that's where this quote from Usain Bolt comes into picture. It's not just about dreaming. It's about putting in the work. It's about making a conscious effort to transform our dreams into goals. As a coach, I come across people who want a different life. They want the reality of their life to change, but often they do not want to really put in the work. And that's such a shame, because as individuals, we have the power to start taking action and following our goals. It is often things like fear that come into the picture. And fear is a valid emotion. I'm not saying it's not a valid emotion. What I'm saying is it's so important not just to know what is important to you, but also do something about living the life, how it would make you happy. So those were the top 3 learning that I achieved during my last 6 years of thriving after cancer. I was just thinking whether I should say surviving after cancer or thriving after cancer. No, definitely thriving after cancer. Choose love over ego every single time. Human lives are nothing but collection of decisions. We make millions of decisions every single day. In this moment, if you're watching this video, you have decided to spend your time watching this video, or if you have joined me live, you have decided to spend this particular moment joining me live on this video. There could be 1,000 things you could do otherwise. This moment, I have decided to spend this time with you doing this video to share my learning, my experience. And so human lives are nothing but a collection of decisions. Every day when I make a decision about whatever, can I choose love over ego? Can I choose love over fear? If what I am choosing is really bringing me to my bigger goal of finding happiness and living meaningfully, do I have my priorities right, or am I still sweating petty stuff? So these were the 3 top things that I learned during my 6 years of thriving after cancer. I hope that was useful to you. I hope you are able to implement some of these learnings, if not all of these learnings, in your day-to-day life to reach closer to the goals that are important to you. I'll see you again with one of my new videos. Stay tuned. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.